Students, in this session we will discuss about de Broglie equation, an important equation in chapter atomic structure of class 11th. Now you must have heard about the name of Einstein. Einstein. In 1905 he gave the dual nature of light. That means he said that light has dual nature. Dual nature. Dual nature means it has both particle nature as well as wave nature. So this was given by Einstein that light radiations or electromagnetic radiations have dual nature. They have both particle nature as well as wave nature. Some properties of light are explained on the basis of particle nature, like black body radiation, photoelectric effect. Some properties of light are explained on the basis of wave nature, like diffraction and interference. On the same concept, the de Broglie, the pronunciation is de Broglie. Some of the you can pronounce it de Broglie, but actual pronunciation is de Broglie. In 1924, he said that since light has dual nature, all material particles like electron, you can take a piece of chalk, anything, all material particles, piece of chalk, a pen, all of them have dual nature. That means they have both particle nature. You know the particle nature of matter. Every matter is a particle nature, but he said it also have wave nature associated with it. And the waves which are associated with the matter or material particles, that waves are known as matter waves. Now there is a certain characteristic of waves that each wave has a certain wavelength. So he said since each material particle or each matter has matter waves associated with it, it must have certain wavelength, and he gave the formula of the wavelength. Now how he calculated it? See, according to Planck's quantum theory, E is equal to h nu. This is according to Planck's quantum theory. The energy of the radiation is directly proportional to the frequency of the radiation. According to Einstein equation, E is equal to mc square. This is according to Einstein equation. Both are energy, we can equate them. So h nu is equal to mc square. Nu can be written as c upon lambda. Frequency is the speed of light upon the wavelength is equal to mc square. C will get cancelled. You will get 1 upon, you can get lambda is equal to h upon mc. Replacing this velocity of light by the velocity of the particle, we got the equation lambda is equal to h upon mv. This is known as de Broglie equation. That is, the wavelength associated with any material particle is equal to Planck's constant upon mass of that particle into velocity of that particle. Mass of and velocity multiply. When we multiply these, we get the momentum of the particle. So lambda is equal to h upon p. So the equation according to de Broglie is lambda is equal to h upon p, where h is Planck constant, p is the momentum of the particle. Now sometimes the momentum is not given. Instead of momentum, kinetic energy is given. So if kinetic energy is given, kinetic energy can be written as half mv square. You multiply it by m and divide by m. We can write m square v square upon m. We have multiplied it by m and divided by m. Clear? Now m square v square, mv is known as p. So m square v square will become p square by m. This is kinetic energy. So we can write P is equal to under root 2m into kinetic energy. Replace the value here h upon under root 2m into kinetic energy of the particle. This is lambda. Clear? Now kinetic energy, if an electron, see you have an electron and it is accelerated by a potential, applying a potential V, then kinetic energy can be written as charge into potential applied. Charge is electron here, we can write E, and potential is V. So kinetic energy will be equal to EV. So lambda becomes H upon under root 2 m into E into V. Now what are the constant here? H is a constant which is known as Planck constant. Mass of electron is fixed 9.1 into 10 power minus 31 kg. Charge on electron is fixed 1.6 into 10 power minus 19. So when we put the values of these constant, we get lambda is equal to under root 150 upon V, and we will get the lambda in angstrom. So we have put the constant value here. We will get a simple equation, lambda is equal to under root 150 upon potential applied in angstrom. So any of these equation can be used to solve the numericals based on de Broglie. So this is the main equation, lambda is equal to H upon mb or H upon P. If kinetic energy is given, we will use this equation. If voltage is given, we will use this equation to calculate the wavelength associated with the matter waves. Now we will discuss what is the significance of this de Broglie equation. Suppose a 0.1 kilogram ball is moving with a speed of 60 meter per second. So what is the wavelength associated with this ball? We can calculate lambda is equal to H upon mv. H is 6.626 into 10 power minus 34. Mass of ball is given 0.1 kg. Velocity of ball is given 60 meter per second. We have to put all the values in SI unit. If the mass is given in gram, we have to convert it into kilogram. So this will come out to be approximately 10 power minus 34. What can you conclude from this value? That the wavelength associated with ordinary objects in our life, the objects that we see around us, the wavelength that is associated with ordinary object is very small, so they cannot be observed. See, we have not seen the waves associated with a ball. Suppose a ball is moving, we cannot see the waves associated with it. Why? Because the wavelength is too small that to be observed. So that is the significance. It is applicable to all the material particles or all the objects around us, but it's significant only for microscopic particles. It has no significance for the ordinary objects around us. Just calculated the wavelength associated with a ball moving with a speed of 60 meter per second. Now we will calculate the wavelength associated with electron moving with the same speed, that is 60 meter per second. So lambda will be equal to H upon mv. H is 6.626 into 10 power minus 34. Mass is 9.1 into 10 power minus 31 and the velocity is 60 meter per second. We will get an approximate value of 10 power minus 5 meter, which can be measured experimentally. So there is a sufficient wavelength associated with the microscopic particle. So it is significant only for microscopic particle, whereas it has no significance in our daily life, because the wavelength associated with a moving car, a moving ball, any moving object is too small to be observed. So we do not observe the wavelength or the waves coming out of a ball moving or a car moving. I hope you have understood this concept of de Broglie equation properly. Hope you like the video. Subscribe it, share it, and thank you.